Okay, here we go. We're on page 191. This is 5th grade, lesson 514, fraction division problems. This will be a continuation of sorts of what we talked about in 513, where we took, I believe it was like 1/5, and we split that 1/5 into two pieces, that whole thing. But we have a couple of different strategies we'll be using today, and I'll show you why. First, let's read what we're doing. For problems 1 and 2, write a number model using a letter for the unknown. Solve, showing your solution strategy. Summarize your work with a a division number model. Check your answer using multiplication, and write a number sentence to show how you checked. That's a lot of things. What I do is I go through and I underline what are we going to have to do. We need to solve. We need a strategy. Oops, hope I didn't bump you off screen there. We need to summarize with a division number model, and we're going to have to check using multiplication. We're going to take this piece by piece. First, the question at hand. How many half-pound boxes of nuts can be made from 10 pounds of nuts? So the thing here, we need to create a visual, a picture of what we're actually going to be splitting. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's two ways we can go about this. I'm going to give you the way I would probably go, and I'm going to go and show you another way if that makes more sense to you. First, we need a representation for each one of these pounds. First, you can just do something generic. It doesn't have to look like a can. Kind of like a generic can. We'll call this, 1 pound right here. And the abbreviation for pound would be LB. So 1 pound, here's 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's our 10 pounds right off the bat. Okay, and what do they want to do with these boxes here? They're wondering, can we make half-pound boxes for these 10 pounds? So basically what they're asking is, can we take the 10 pounds and split it in half? Can you divide those 10 pounds in half? Okay, so the good news is you may notice the difference right now is yesterday we were doing a fraction divided by a whole number. Today we're taking that whole number and dividing it by a fraction. That's our main difference here. So the good news is we already have our 10 pounds all set. 1 pound, 2, 3. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. What we need to do is split these pounds in half, 2 pieces. So you can go ahead right now and just go right on through. Split you into 2. You can split horizontally or vertically. Split the 2, split into 2, split into 2, split into 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. You've now taken these 10 pounds and you have divided them literally in half. So now the real question is going to be, well, the first question is going to be, why didn't I put a variable as my unknown? I'm just going to use that cursive A. The question is going to be, how many halves did we actually make? And for that, you can either count them up individually, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go through the whole way, or you can use some number sense here, and you can say, well, if I had 10 pounds before, 10 units here, but now I've just split everything in half, now we have twice as much everywhere. So instead of 10, we should now have 20. So how many half-pound boxes can we actually make here? We can make, as far as I can tell, 20. Not too bad that route, right? If you're not feeling it, I'll show you the number model route we can go. So in that case, what we can do, you can literally create a number line. It doesn't have to be exact. So I'm going to put a big or, so you guys know it doesn't have to be both. You can pick your strategy. This is our picture model. Here comes the number line. You're going to have to create 10 pounds worth here. And it's kind of hard to space it out. You have to estimate just kind of broadly. I'm going to guess this will be like 1, 2, here's 3 pounds, and you should be about midway through by the time you get the 5, because that's your halfway point. Here's the 5th pound, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this case, if you want to use the number line, every one of these marks will represent a pound right now. But the question, of course, is they're not satisfied with just pound bags. They want half pound, or excuse me, boxes, not bags. So in this case, you have to go to every single pound. For instance, let me add a 0 here. This is no pounds. So the space from 0 to 1 represents 1 pound. They said they want you to take those and split them in half. They want half pounds, not full pounds. So you have to go in and add a little half. You can use a pencil if you want. I'm going to use a pen so you can see the difference. We're going to split 1 and 2 in half, another half. And right between each pound, you're going to split him in 2 pieces, basically. Here's another pound, split him in 2 pieces for a half. Half and a half. Half and a half. And you're going to notice you're going to end up in the same situation here. You have to count how many halves did we just create. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We just created 20 halves. Does that look familiar? It should. It's the same answer. There's at least two different ways you can attack a problem like this. So for your summary number model, that's going to be the same model we tried before, except instead of an unknown, we know it now. So you're going to put your answer in. We're going to do 10 divided by 1/2 equals 20. Last but not least, we need to check this with multiplication. We've been checking our work by taking our quotient and multiplying him by our divisor. Our divisor is our second number in a division problem. The first part is called a dividend. So the divisor is what divides. So we're going to take 20, and remember, we can turn 20 into a fraction by just putting them over 1. Taking 20 and multiplying him by 1/2. You just multiply right across. 20 times 1 equals 20. 1 times 2 equals 2. Your answer is 20 over 2, which can be reduced to, we can divide both of those in half. Half of 20 is 10, half of 2 is 1. And I know 10 over 1, we literally just talked about it. Anytime you have something over 1, that means that numerator, the whole number, is going to be 10. Which you'll notice matches right up here. This is magic. Okay, that was a lot of stuff for 8.5 minutes. If you have any questions on this one, of course, comment, email, etc. This is a lot to take in, but trust me, you're going to have to do this right. You're going to have to take your time. You don't have to be an artist. Look at this. This is not a piece of art. But you are going to have to take your time, draw it out, visualize it to figure out exactly what you're doing.